This is a review of the Feifanke MIG 135 welder that I bought on Amazon for 99 euros, I think. Apparently you can get it on Temu for about 70 euros, but it's a very well selling welder on Amazon. So I thought I'd do a review. It's got about 700 reviews on Amazon and mostly positive. I think it's about 4.5 stars. It's a good welder. I next time would buy maybe a smaller welder, one of the ones that's about half the width of this, because to carry this around and move it around when you're welding is a bit of a pain. It's a bit bulky. You can see the handle's broken off. That was a build quality thing, but it was also my error. I was a bit clumsy with it. There are a couple of other build quality issues. First of all, these, the attachments for the rod and the ground, they go in and they don't, there's no lock, so there's no finish. So you've got to be careful with the contacts, especially this one. You have to be a bit careful with that it's tightened correctly, because it won't tighten to a finish. It just kind of goes, you tighten it and then eventually it comes full circle and it pops out again. So you have to be careful with that. The other thing with it is that you only get one knob. So you set the thickness of your wire and you set the thickness of the metal. Now it's only got two settings, one for 0.8 and one for 1 mil. So although you get the spindles for 0.9 and the tips for 0.9, it's only got settings for 0.8. But that's not really a problem, because you basically have to, when you're welding, you're not necessarily, I've been welding a lot of 2 mil, and you have to kind of be a bit fluid with it, you know. So if you're not getting the best weld, you turn the power up a bit or you turn it down a bit. And so the other thing is that this button controls the thickness of the wire, the type of welding that you're doing, and it's quite easy to press and it's easy to turn. There's no finish on it. You can see that you can weld up to about 4.5 mil. I've welded 4 mil metal, 2 bits of 4 mil metal together. It was absolutely fine. It's got enough power. I think 135 is more than enough amps for most of the stuff that I do. Most of it is about 2 mil. So the metal is I'm welding 2 bits of 2 mil metal together, and I might try that and then maybe increase it a little bit, decrease it a bit. So the one knob controls the amperage and also the speed of the wire. The back, the other slightly annoying thing about it is that the on-off switch is at the back, and I think the idea is that you're supposed to not leave it running when you're not welding, but to reach round at the back all the time is a bit of a pain. And you can see that the wire is coming out a little bit here. It's not attached well into the welder. Inside you get it comes with I think about a 500 grams worth of flux core wire, and I can't remember if that's 0.8 or 1 mil, but you get that wire anyway, and then it will accept any spindles. So you can buy spindles on Amazon for about 20 euros a kilo. The other build quality issue is that this tensioner, the nut on here is rounded, and so it's not the easiest thing to set the tension. Mine's broken, so you have to kind of go in again and maybe change it. The spindles that it comes with, it comes with 0.8, 0.9 and 1 mil spindles, but again, it's only got settings for 8 mil, 0.8 mil. This is the spindle. Apparently, if you're going to use flux core wire, this should be ridged, and so to have a better grip. But this one doesn't. Maybe it is ridged, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But you get 2 of those and about 3 or 4 tips, and you have to use the correct spindle and tip for whatever thickness of wire you're using. So yeah, that's, it's pretty standard. You can't get these the wrong way around. I know I've seen some videos where they talk about the polarity, but you can't get the polarity wrong on this, because the welding tip will only go into this hole, and then the ground will only go into the positive. So you can't get those mixed up. This is the tip. I've taken my shroud off and then the tips are consumable, so I've already replaced one. And then the ground clamp is a little bit flimsy, but it does work. It kind of moves around a bit, but it does work. So I can show you the welds that I've done, but they're not very good. You know, they're really, really bad. This is 2mm metal, and you know, you can see I've not done a great job. I'm not a good welder. Yeah, these are 2mm. That one's using a little bit more power. And then these are 4mm, and they're a bit better. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a good welder, because I'm not. And so this really is just to show you what the Feifanke is like. And the only thing I'd say is, if I was going to buy another one, I probably would get, I think I said it, the half size one, because it's just more portable. It's easier to move around. You can hang it on your shoulder, but I think they're actually a little bit more expensive. And so, yeah, you know, it's a good welder. A couple of build quality issues, but the price, I don't think you can argue with it.